I wanna be in a scrappy rock and roll band, write songs that are super hot. You understand? Playing nothing but underground shows. I just don't know.
Hello, this is Feminine Features. The main purpose of this show is to discuss chick flicks. I'm Sullivan.
I'm Jenna Morrissey.
And I'm Winsor, Jewell.
This week, we saw A League of Their Own. In order for you to enjoy and understand this podcast, we recommend that you watch before listening. But if you haven't, here's Jenna with some background and a brief synopsis.
Hey.
Hi.
So fun fact about me, I almost died of the common cold this week.
It's true.
So I've got my tea here and I've got my lungs of steel that aren't gonna give out during this at all.
If you cough once, we're going to kill you.
I know. Well, it sounds so bad and it's gonna be hard to cut around.
Yeah.
So that's why I can't laugh.
Right.
That's
So we're going to be very serious about A League of Their Own.
Certainly unfunny.
I already feel it. Like I need to. And
There's no
it hasn't
laughing
even been
in
a minute yet.
podcasting.
No, there's no laughing in podcasting.
And I'm not gonna cough right now.
Okay.
All right. Oh, this week we did A League of Their Own. Finally,
Oh, yeah.
One
which
of
is
my
very exciting.
favorites.
Yeah, this is a 1992 Columbia Pictures film. It is directed by Penny Marshall.
Woo!
And the screenplay is by oh goodness, Lowell Gans and Babaloo Mandel.
Totally.
Yes?
How am I supposed to know?
I don't know. You typically
Sounds
know these
right.
things. All right, so this movie stars Tom Hanks as Jimmy Dugan. We have Gina Davis as Dottie Hinson.
Woo!
Woo!
Madonna.
Sorry, I missed out on Tom Hanks.
Madonna.
Madonna?
As-
Ever heard of her?
All the Way May.
Yeah.
Yep.
We have Lori Petty
Yeah.
as Kit, who is Dottie's sister.
Woo, 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 woo.
Rosie O'Donnell
Yeah. Woo! Woo,
as
woo.
Doris, who's obviously my favorite character
Of
in
course.
this movie.
Of course.
No question about it.
Icon.
Anne Ramsey as Helen.
Woo.
Megan Kavanaugh as Marla. We have Freddie Simpson as Ellen Sue. Tracy Reiner as Betty Spaghetti.
Yeah.
Biddy Schramm as Evelyn Gardner. John Lovitz as Ernie, who's one of the scouts. David Strathairn as Ira Lowenstein. Justin Scheller as Stillwell Gardner, who's Evelyn's son. Pauline Brailsford as Miss Cuthbert. And Gary Marshall as Walter Harvey. Gary Marshall, we welcome back to the podcast. He directed Valentine's Day
Yes, he did.
and New Year's Eve. Did we do
And he
we did New Year's
directed good movies as well.
Yeah.
Like Pretty Woman.
Yeah.
Famously the brother of Penny Marshall, director of this
Famously.
movie and star of Laverne and Shirley.
Tomato.
I wasn't on the pod when you guys did
Pretty Woman.
Pretty
Pretty
Woman.
Yeah,
Woman.
too bad.
So yeah,
It's like Valentine's Day, but good.
it's just like
very
Valentine's
similar,
Day.
very
You're
similar.
so right.
More piano sex, but relatively close.
All right, let's get into this brief summary here. So, it's been so long since I've watched this movie. I did not remember that the whole thing was a flashback.
I don't remember how much of it was a flashback.
It's all a flashback.
well,
except for like
I guess
10
I meant I
minutes.
didn't realize how much of it was the flash forward or like
yeah.
the
Sure. Thing is, it's not even like present day because it's 1988
Yeah.
and the movie came out in 92.
Mm-hmm.
All right, so yeah, the whole movie's a flashback from Dottie's perspective. So we start in 1988 and we go back to 1943, which is the year the All-American Girls Professional Baseball League began. So that is the AAGPBL. And every time I saw that acronym on like in the movie, I was trying to remember what it stood for. And I thought GPB was Girls Playing Ball.
Why not?
The Girls Playing Ball.
All American
Just some
Girls
all-
Playing Ball League.
Some all-American girls playing ball.
I think that's better.
So they were going to call it the WNBA, but then they thought it
Girls playing ball.
better of it.
Yeah. So Walter Harvey, who is the fictional owner of the Chicago Cubs in this
Based
movie.
off of
Wrigley. Yes.
of the gum fame.
I know. So he's chocolate in this.
And they make a real meal of him being the chocolate guy instead of the
They do.
gum guy.
It felt like almost Wonka-esque,
Yeah.
like the amount of chocolate references we got.
Just like your candy bars, you're nuts.
Yeah, they're like doing puns with their fake version of the
Yeah.
Chicago Cubs owner. I liked it a lot.
Mm-hmm. So he convinces his fellow team owners to finance a girls' league while the men are off fighting in the war.
World War
Mhm.
II.
World War II specifically.
Mhm.
So a scout in Oregon watches sisters Dottie and Kit and invites Dottie to try out for this new league, but she only agrees to go if Kit can go too. And on their way to Chicago, they pick up Marla in Colorado.
Marla Gooch.
Marla Hooch.
Hooch.
Gooch?
I always thought it was Gooch.
It is not Gooch.
Marla Hooch.
Marla Hooch.
Still pretty funny.
Yeah.
Marla Gooch.
Gooch.
Well, this is why I mentioned it. Marla Hooch. Still pretty good.
Marla Hooch.
Mhm.
Yeah, they pick her up in Colorado, and all three of them end up being placed together on the Rockford Peaches once they do
Ooh.
tryouts in Chicago.
Along with Madonna and Rosie O'Donnell.
Yes. Their manager is Jimmy Dugan, who is an alcoholic ex-ball player who at first could not give a single shit about the team or what's going on. So they had to make up their own plays and stuff without his help. The stands are pretty empty at first, and the people who are there to watch them heckle them. But things start to shift after Life magazine is in the stands for a game, and they get a shot of Dottie catching a ball in a split behind home base, and that makes the cover of the magazine, which very Savannah Bananas. Not amused, this guy.
Not amused. This is a serious episode.
This is a serious episode. I can't cough.
I'll get into the history of barnstorming.
I don't even know what that is.
Let's just move along.
And then, so after that magazine cover, the stands start to fill up, and the girls on the team bond and they play more. You know how it is. Eventually, Dottie and Kit have a blowout argument, and Kit gets traded to another team. And this is mostly because Dottie has become kind of the face of the league, and Kit is so tired of being in her shadow. And then shortly after that, Dottie's husband returns home from the war, and she decides to leave the team, which Jimmy tells her that she will regret. And then the Peaches end up going up against Kit's new team, the Bells, for the 7-game World Series, and Dottie returns to play in the final game. And Kit ends up scoring the winning run by just absolutely body checking her sister at home plate, which is how I think the game should always be played. And the Bells win.
I know if you and your sister were playing, that's how it'd go.
Now illegal in professional baseball.
Yeah.
Up until like 10 years ago, this was how you were supposed to go into home, but then they made it illegal.
I think you should be allowed to hit.
I agree, but Buster Posey broke his fibula during the World Series.
Fibula.
Get fucked, okay?
That's not even one of the important ones.
That's the price of playing the game.
Hell yeah. Fuck yeah. Fuck 'em. Fuck catchers.
Whatever, man. So yeah, the Bells win, the Peaches do not, and the two sisters make up before Dottie heads back home to Oregon. And then we're back in 1988, and we're in Cooperstown, New York, baby.
Never heard of it.
At the National Baseball Hall of Fame and Museum, where they're opening an exhibit honoring the AAGPBL.
Girls playing ball.
Girls
league.
playing ball league, and the girls, they all reunite, and they all get to have a nice little moment and see each other. And that's the movie.
And that's the movie. Awesome. I had a little bit of trouble coming up with a theme for this one. There's not like
girls
a real
playing ball.
Girls playing ball is a good theme. Don't worry, I got something. I didn't slack off here. Windsor's got something too, I think. But this is, it's not super plot heavy. There's not like a big conflict necessarily.
It's very much playing baseball.
Yeah, it's sort of, we're watching the events unfold.
Yes.
And that's that. There's the stuff with the sisters, which frankly, I could give less of a shit about.
Yeah, that's fair. I think that's fair.
What, you think I'm wrong?
I think you're wrong.
Okay. Anyway, I think the theme perhaps could be that you are part of something bigger than yourself, or like becoming something bigger than yourself.
Yeah, I think that's a good theme.
Yeah.
Because Dottie has to learn that. Because Dottie's like, well, no, I'm just going to leave.
Yeah, Dottie has to learn that.
And it's like, girl, you're the face of the league.
Yeah, and then also Kit has to learn that because she's like who cares if Dottie's doing well? Like we all want this league to do well, you know?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, and I think Dottie through this whole thing is told, how special this is. At the beginning of the movie, her daughter's like, Mom, when are you going to realize how special it was, how much it all meant? Which is so sad.
I know. After all these years, she's still like, I don't really give a shit. It's like, girl.
Mm-hmm.
Girl, you were a pioneer.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Oh my God.
Yeah.
It's like actually a little annoying.
Yeah. Okay. MVP.
Like, oh, it wasn't that big a deal. I was only the star of like this amazing, cool thing that happened.
Yeah. The only time.
It's not humbleness. It's honestly a little offensive.
Well, to me, it feels as if this role she feels put in by her gender that she enforces even within herself.
Sure.
That she was taught she can't actually enjoy the game and has to almost be closeted with it, except with her good friend, famous baseball player Jimmy Dugan.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. Yep. But yeah, Kit, says, can't you just have this first before having kids?
Mm-hmm.
Just so you can say you once did something special, which, yeah.
I mean, this movie definitely puts down having kids in a family.
Well, the one kid that's in the movie is annoying as hell.
Fucking blows.
Yeah, I think you're right. But also, like, to me, like that whole interaction when she's like, Mr. Dugan, can my son come?
Yeah.
And he goes, ball players. And it's like, okay, she is a professional athlete and her husband's a fucking
Yeah.
do nothing son of a bitch.
I know. Who's literally like,
lay about things.
do you have that quote? Like what her husband said to her?
Her husband is looking in the classifieds. He's too busy looking for jobs in the classifieds to take care of the kid.
Yeah.
And he says something like, I just want you to take the kid and shut up about it.
Yeah,
or something
enough
like
with
that.
this frivolous bullshit, like being
Yeah.
a professional baseball player.
Yeah. Yeah.
Yeah, it's this crazy sexist moment. And then the kid's a piece of shit. And you're like...
You're gonna lose. You're
He
gonna
is
lose.
a piece of shit.
And when
He is a piece of
in
shit.
1988, when he's grown up, he's the guy who stole Pee Wee Herman's bike. So, fuck him,
That too. But yeah, I mean, like, is it anti having kids? Sure. I think it's more like, let's just split the workload,
I don't know if it's anti, but it's trying to do a wider message about women joining the workforce post World War II. It's supposed to be this like larger message about like these women stepped up. Not only do they take this responsibility that they can take, but they step up in this moment of crisis
Yeah.
to help like the nation.
Yeah.
And are then being told that it is up to other people what they do with their time after the war.
Yeah.
And I think it does a really good job of marking that. And, it specifically has Dottie in this line where she like wants to be home and have kids. And Bill Pullman's like, that's my wife. He's like excited and happy for her.
Yeah.
Yeah.
On purpose.
Yeah.
So it's not necessarily putting down having a family, but because it's doing this metaphorical work, it has to be like, what are you going to do? Have kids?
Yeah.
Instead of being, with the actual conflict that ends up in real life, with the beloved WNBA, which is like, yeah, all right, you got to take a season off to have a kid. But then like, how do you balance the two?
Yeah.
Which is more the lesson of actual professional women athletes. But this is more about like letting them be their own individuals post-war.
Yeah, totally. Yeah. Yeah, and so, the whole being something bigger, is reflected through Dottie, but also even through Marla. She's trying to, like, you know, she's leaving and her dad says nothing is ever going to happen to you. You got to go where things happen.
Yeah, also kind of has to be down on small towns to fit this message.
Sure. Yeah, yeah, it is. But, you know, yeah, I mean, like, she's like, even, you know, she has no no kids, no husband, but she's still like, who's going to take care of my dad?
Mm-hmm.
And it's just like, there's just such a small role that women could have at that part.
And so many implied responsibilities.
Yeah.
You know, it's not, and that's why these men that, like the one husband, are very villainous for putting more responsibilities on them, because every single one of these women already have responsibilities just thrust upon them anyway.
Yeah.
You know, besides Madonna, who is like trapped in this like line of sex work she wants to get out of.
Yeah.
Taxi dancer.
Yeah. What the hell is a taxi dancer?
It's, you pay, I just came up
It's like
in
a girl at a
something.
dance hall you can dance with, right?
Yeah, you pay to dance with a girl.
Oh.
It's like an early version. Well,
Gotcha.
it's like this, often used in code movies to represent prostitution.
Gotcha.
Taxi dancing. That's
Yeah.
why I recently looked it up, because there was some TCM movie where this prostitute in the original I know. This prostitute in the original production is then like a taxi dancer, which is a more acceptable.
Yeah.
form of
Taxi
that
dancer.
purpose.
I just really was like, is she in a taxi? I just assumed. But yeah, I that's why, okay, this, I also think a good theme, we've been singing it while we were getting ready, is that we're all for one, we're one for all. We're all American.
American.
But like this, like, you're bigger than yourself, but also like being a part of a group can, like, you know, let other people shine, you know?
Mhm.
We're all for one, we're one for all.
Mhm.
And you know, there's a whole Kit and Dottie conflict where they're like both kind of on separate ends of that, where like Kit has to learn that like she can shine, and like Dottie has to learn that she is like a part of like something bigger. Or maybe I got that backwards. One or the other.
Yeah, that makes sense to me.
Yeah.
I really love Kit's arc of having this chip on her shoulder, and like I really like that Game 7 final inning where Dottie continues, like, Kit, when asking for the ball to continue pitching before they had this big fight where Dottie asks for somebody to get traded, and it ends up being Kit. She is like looking to continue pitching, and she's like, "You should support me just because I am your sister."
Yeah.
And Dottie's like, "Well, out there you're a player, and that was the right move to make." And so, like, even at the end, Dottie is like, throw fastballs to her. She can't hit them.
Yeah.
You know, like, she doesn't blink.
Yeah,
She's
of
in it to
course.
win.
Yeah.
And like, that's what she loves about it. And that to me is like what Jimmy's always saying is like, you're a real competitor out there. Like, what do you mean you don't like it?
Yeah.
Mhm.
Then why are you working so fucking hard?
Yeah.
And Kit has to like beat her fair and square. And I really like that it's this competition that's meant to lift everybody, but like there is no limiting of the competition. There's no friendliness. Nothing was given to Kit. She has to go out and she has to earn it. And like that's the chip on her shoulder. Is she's like, oh, I have to beat Dottie, and she's keeping me down somehow, but nobody's keeping her down. And she's not even doing poorly. I mean, she like throws a shutout halfway through the movie.
Yeah.
All before this like conflict.
Yeah.
Mhm.
But she, you know, in the heat of competition, that's like what they are out there to do. They're professional athletes. And I really like that final moment is her actually kicking her sister's ass.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Well, I like that Dottie says you wanted it more than I did.
Yeah.
And she beat her fair and square.
Yeah.
I really like that. And, you know, not to get into what this movie means to me, but this movie's about fucking baseball. Like, there's a lot of
Yeah.
baseball movies that don't even get the baseball right. Doesn't make any sense.
This is so much about baseball.
This is about hitting a double.
It
This is
is.
about legging it out for a triple. Madonna's got this whole part where she's trying to leg it out for a triple. Happens
Yeah.
a couple of times. It's
Yeah.
like these are players with like characteristics. Switch hitting is like an impressive moment. I love that moment. It's one of my favorite baseball movie moments where they're hitting indoors, with Marla
breaking the
Hooch.
windows.
Yeah.
breaking windows, and her dad's just like, "That's all right." yeah.
That's all right.
She hits it so
sweetie.
hard she breaks the windows, and it's like it's ridiculous to play baseball indoors, but obviously it's like, you know, she's supposed to be a girl.
It was raining out.
And then he's like, "Okay, now from the left side," and all the guys groan.
Yeah.
And I'm like, that's awesome.
Yeah.
That's such like a baseball moment where like now she's breaking windows. These guys are like fucking dodging, covering their heads, and she hits even harder as a lefty. It's like such a cool baseball moment.
Yeah. Yeah, it's great. But yeah, Kit gets her moment. Dottie has her moments, the catching it in the splits for one, that kind of thing. But I think like, especially with the Racine Bells winning, it really like ties it in that this isn't about Dottie. This isn't about the Peaches. It's about the league and like the league. Because, at the end of the day, sports leagues in general, it's like, it doesn't really matter whose team wins. It's that you have like a healthy league with healthy competition.
Yes.
Which I feel in our day and age of betting streaming based sports is lost often in our discussion of sports.
Yeah.
Gambling.
Right now.
Look what that's become.
As we're recording, gambling.
Don't start with me.
Gambling scandals are ravaging professional sports.
Well, okay. God, I don't know. Well, I gotta give my 2 cents. I fucking hate watching football. Whatever.
It's true.
Now that gambling is legal, Red Zone is the worst thing they have ever made.
It's actually crazy.
You can't follow a game. You're just watching highlights to see if you like made your money.
And they have a baseball version of Red Zone that Winsor put on once. That is, Red Zone's like produced. This was like the worst thing I've ever seen. I called it baseball TV because I forget what it was actually called.
It's called Big Inning, which doesn't really make sense. It doesn't really make sense as
Big
a terminology.
Inning.
Come watch Big Inning.
I was talking about this with my cousin who likes baseball and does like marketing and stuff.
Yeah.
And I was like, it's truly like the worst thing I've ever seen. I think they need to rebrand it as baseball TV. And like they need literally one commentator. There was no commentator. It made no sense.
Just random baseball happening.
And the thing is, baseball's a better sport than football.
That's true too.
I'm speaking my language.
Yeah.
Baseball's a sport I can understand.
Yeah.
I can wrap my head around that shit.
What
Okay.
I like about how this, not because I can't talk about MLB beginning because we'll be here all day. I have so many notes, and the MLB, if you're out there, call me.
Baseball TV.
I got you. I got
We
you on
have
baseball
ideas.
TV. We can do it.
Listen to that voice. He could comment.
I can do it. I can tie it all together. Anyway,
Yeah.
not important. What I like about how this movie uses the sport of baseball is that baseball is a sport of failure.
Yes.
And it uses Kit's plot really well in being somebody who is failing. She gives up that hit. She can't help it. She's throwing grapefruits out there. Like eventually you just lose it, and you cannot be great forever.
Yeah.
It's just one of those sports. It is specifically in my mind the sport about that. And that's why them losing at the end is so compelling, especially because it happens fair and square.
Yeah.
Is like it is a game of failure. And they fail, as is an important part of being a professional baseball player. And I really enjoy that just like being there playing the game is the end goal of this movie.
Do you mean it's a game of failure as like you don't really get ahead by playing better, you get ahead by making like fewer mistakes?
You will like the greatest player of all time hits the ball 3 out of 10 times.
Oh, okay.
You will lose the 30-year games no
I
matter
see.
if you're the greatest team in history or the worst team in history. You will win the 30-year games,
Yeah.
It's just like it is a sport that is not predictable every time. You can't bet on the same team every time and win.
Yeah. All right. Cool.
And you don't get to be a better baseball player by thinking you're the best. You will lose. It is inevitable.
Yeah. Yeah. How about that first shot of tryouts? Brought a tear to my eye. Because you're like, we're watching this movie and I did not realize they were in Oregon. I was like, that's Oklahoma. Like it was dry and dusty. And then they like cut to like tryouts and it's just this like green and there's just women like, can you imagine like
Women playing ball. Girls playing ball
girls
league.
playing ball league. There's just like, there's never been a professional women's sports team. This is something you just like to do for fun. And then it's just like you're suddenly thrust in this community where everyone is like doing what you love. Yeah. Having it just be green was like such a good shot.
It's Wrigley Field, which is like an iconic old ballpark from well before World War II.
Mm-hmm.
And they really use the ivy well. They come out of the center field wall and the iconic ivy wall.
Yeah. Beautiful. But yeah, so to tie into this like theme of like being part of something bigger than yourself, there's obviously a lot of talk about like the war effort.
Mhm.
And you know, there's Rosie the Riveter kind of thing. But preserving the great American pastime, baseball, I think is certainly like a worthwhile effort. You know, war is absolutely like won and lost on morale, and keeping morale up at home is an important job. And you know, like for the country, but also like distracting from their husbands being away. Like when the guy, oh my God, that fucking moron who comes in and he's like, hey, one of your husbands died. Couldn't tell you which one.
Oh my God. Like,
Don't be doing that. You.
How are you doing your job like that?
I know.
How are you doing your job like that? That was crazy.
It's the best Hank scene where he just tears it out of his hand.
Yeah.
Yeah, and pushes him out.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But yeah, that was a really great scene where you're just like remembering what, you know, they're doing this for a lot of reasons, but like why this is important.
Yeah.
Yeah. I think Dugan certainly learns to be a team player.
Mhm.
I think
Yes.
that's clear.
Something bigger than himself. I mean, that's
Yeah.
really where that
Exactly.
arc.
I like when
Is strongest.
you know, he makes what's her name? The kid's mom, Evelyn?
Yeah.
Mhm.
Yeah. He makes Evelyn cry at
Mhm.
one point, and then later gets frustrated with her again and figures out a way to not yell at her. And you can tell it's like so difficult for him.
Yeah.
And she gets so smiley. She was like, yeah, I will work on that. Thanks.
Yeah.
And I thought that was a cute moment. I liked that.
It was a good one.
It shows good management techniques.
It does.
Yeah.
It does.
Um,
And of course, reminds me of who? Abby Lee Miller,
Of course.
who has never learned anything a day in her goddamn life and
but
could never be Jimmy Dugan.
Yeah.
but if she did, she would shake like that.
Yeah.
I mean,
Oh my
this
God,
is
yeah.
his most Toy Story live action performance ever. I mean, he is fully cartoonishly like, I just think you need to do better before next season.
When I was in my room this morning and you were watching it and I woke up, I thought you were watching Toy Story at
Mhm.
first.
Mhm.
Before I was like, oh, of course it's a League of Their Own.
Mhm.
Because it just sounded like Woody.
It does. It sounds like Woody.
And you know, he's a comedic actor first.
he is.
This is a relatively early drive into his more dramatic material, although I think Philadelphia is the next year, so we're right in there.
Mm-hmm.
But this is a kind of archetype that I don't think he does within this age range for quite a while. And then
Yeah.
when he does funnier stuff later, it's kind of a different take. So I really like seeing him distilled in his very movie star, yet most famous man in the world
Yes.
arc, you know?
Yeah.
Mhm. Yeah. Yeah. I think another big theme obviously is women's equality.
Mhm.
Mm.
I like that line at the beginning when Marla's dad is talking and he says, if she was a boy, I'd be in New York talking to the Yankees.
No, it's true.
Because like people are like, you know, if she was a boy, she could really play for the like boys high school team. And it's like, shut the fuck. She's really good. Like
Mhm.
she's not as good as the high school boys. She's as good as the Yankees.
You said that just like the Camp Rock quote. She's really good.
She's really good.
Sorry.
But yeah, I mean, you know, it just like it really like sets you up for like I don't know, like how limited the options for women were and like how little recognition they got.
She's not even playing outside.
She was not even
It
playing
was
outside.
raining.
I know, but to me, it's a purposeful choice that actually really paints just how far they are from Yankee Stadium right now.
Yeah,
Mhm.
yeah. Yeah, you know, Dugan at the beginning, he goes, I haven't got ball players, I've got girls. Is that a good Tom Hanks?
No,
No. I'm trying my best.
I liked it a lot though.
I've got girls. So, you know,
Sorry.
he has to like really learn that like they are ball players. The girls playing baseball league.
Girls playing ball league.
Which-
Girls
which
playing
is why that-
ball league.
Final moment what they play is about them being professionals.
Yeah.
you
Yeah.
know? And
Yeah.
There's no splits or Savannah Banana bullshit when they do that.
Yep.
Alrighty. But yeah, you know, like obviously he respects the whole team by the end, but like Dottie really, he's like, don't leave. Like I regretted not being able to, like, you know, he talks about how much he loved professional baseball, and that really just drives home like how important it is for women to have professional sports and like this opportunity to drive and compete at a high level. Yeah. So I think he learned his lesson there. Go ahead.
Yeah, what do you got?
No, go ahead.
On a note about professional sports,
Yeah.
Again, so sorry. But
hey, that's why I chose this movie.
So he's this character based on Hack Wilson and Jimmy Fox, who are both guys who died like in the 40s and 50s. So like when it says he died in 1987, it's like with what liver? But you know, because like even Babe Ruth,
I heard that man piss.
yeah, right. Babe Ruth only made it to like the mid 50s. You know, like these are guys who were like famous alcoholics, and this is a regular theme throughout
And chewing
baseball.
tobacco.
Yeah, right. Up until like the 90s, before steroids took over and everybody sobered up. And to me, it reflects even the harms done unto athletes that were underpaid as men.
Yeah. And
like relates to the current situation of underpaying WNBA players.
Yeah.
Not to continue to bring up WNBA to show off my jersey, but it does a very good job of pointing out that like this is a guy who's still getting fucked over.
Yeah.
And well, just maybe to me, because I understand the historical significance of these guys who were fucked over by a league who didn't pay them much when they were still playing, and sees that pushed onto these girls who are getting paid even less. You know,
$50 a week.
Exactly.
I thought 75.
Oh, 75. You're right. Yeah.
So.
$75 a week. Not that bad.
It's more than we make at the dairy.
I'd take that right now.
Yeah. And so yeah, there's a lot of greed of the owners stuff in this movie.
Yeah.
That's also tied into sexism.
Yeah.
That I think is really well done.
Yeah.
And ties into modern issues that we currently have with sports.
Yeah.
Especially as women's sports expand. We want to make sure that they get paid right.
Yeah.
Because it took a lot to fight for men to get paid right.
Yeah.
Especially in baseball.
Yeah. I really like that scene when they're sitting on the bus and Rosie O'Donnell says, well, she's talking about how like a lot of guys just think she's like a weird girl because she plays baseball. And she says, there's a lot of us. I think we're all right. Oh, yeah. Well, it's just, it's this movie, the TV show that they just did got more into the queer stuff. And this movie doesn't really do any of that besides
that's
casting.
The scene is her Rosie O'Donnell tearing up a photo of her boyfriend.
Yeah.
Is as close as we get to gay.
Well, Rosie O'Donnell and Madonna are just like
notedly gay women.
Besties,
Yeah. Yeah, but it's not very explicit at all.
Not at all.
But these players were people who like were living outside of the norms of what like a traditional woman would. And so just to like this is just another instance where it's like, yeah, women were so limited, and just like this one little thing where it's like, hey, you could actually like make a living as a ball player. Like that is such a huge step for like, your own independence and your own sense of self and just like all that. So it was good. It was good.
Yeah.
And this movie is purposely reflecting those jobs and mentions multiple times the jobs in the factories.
Yeah.
Like that this is a reality for all women in the country post World War II.
Yeah.
And they're anticipating this, which they did in real life.
Yeah.
And that when they were talking about not doing the league the next year, was I think Ira, like the guy running the league, said to not Mr. Wrigley. What's his name? I put my laptop
Hershey.
away. Not Hershey.
Yeah, but might as well.
But the chocolate man.
Yeah.
He was like, oh, okay, Rosie, like put your rivets away or something.
Yeah.
Like we just expect them all to go back
Yes.
after all of this happens.
Yeah.
And he was like, oh, what? Are we going to send the men to the kitchen?
Yeah.
And in my head, I was like, wouldn't that be a nice little break for them?
Yeah, thank you, Jenna. I have the quote here.
The
The men are back. Rosie, turning your rivets.
yeah.
We told them it was their patriotic duty to get out of the kitchen and go to work. And now when the men come back, we'll send them back to the kitchen.
That's the quote.
This is the sentiment that directly leads to women's liberation in the civil rights movement.
Yeah.
Is equality showed during the war that was then revoked post-war is both a leading moment in Black liberation and women's liberation.
Yeah, absolutely. Yeah, so I think like this whole theme, you know, being something bigger than yourself, then to like take that away and just like put you back into this box is just like, you know, it's you can't do it.
Mm-mm.
Yeah. So I have kind of concluded this whole thing with this theme of girls should be allowed to be special.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I agree.
Yeah.
I agree as well.
Excellent. Let's just yeah, you know. They loved playing baseball.
Oh, playing
Girls
baseball.
playing ball.
The annoying kid at the end, he says she always said it was the best time she ever had in her whole life.
I loved that at the end.
Yeah.
I cried fully from the bottom of the ninth to the end of the movie. 30 minutes. Just bawling. Jenna came out this morning. I was just covered in tears.
Yeah. I cried quite a bit too. 20 minutes in, I was like, oh, all right.
I gotta say, Hans Zimmer did the music for this one. Hands down,
he
his
did?
best work of his entire life.
It was
Wow.
really good. Yeah.
Yeah.
And he's done a lot, but I like it better than the Inception score. Shocker.
Whoa. I don't. We'll cover Inception next. I'm kidding.
This might be our last Hans Zimmer score.
Okay, that's what I have on themes. I just want to mention briefly this it's a little racist. This
Oh, okay.
Oh,
Can I
I mean,
talk about
all white.
the Savannah Bananas of it all?
Does that tie in with the racism?
Sure, if that works.
Yes,
sure.
yes, it ties in with the
Okay,
racism. Okay, so early baseball, barnstorming is these teams traveling from town to town playing outside of barns, right? That's where the term comes from. Often these are black teams. Obviously, the Negro Leagues are a massive, extant professional system existing in 1943.
Right.
And your kind of Savannah Banana-esque behavior, doing the splits. She's literally catching the ball behind her back. Like, this is standard Savannah Banana stuff. Like,
It is.
Yeah.
somebody saw this movie and was like, okay, writing this down, sending an additional runner over third if the catcher's bobbling the ball so that they score 1-2. Like, these are things that the Savannah Bananas that's their bread and butter.
Yes.
Yeah.
And
I get the TikToks.
they do some pretty strong work on recognizing that this started as a black phenomenon. This is something that started when Negro Leagues were trying to popularize themselves. These are these barnstorming teams that initially there wasn't even leagues. You had an all black team that would travel to town and challenge white teams, and whoever would let them play them, they would play, and then they would like stunt on them.
That's awesome.
Fuck them up.
Yeah.
And it's a large part of the history of racism against black people in America. It's a large part of the first popularization of black celebrities in and out of the jazz movement in Harlem. This is where you get the Harlem Globetrotters are imitating this type of team. And this is exactly the behavior that the women in the women's professional baseball, no, it's not women's.
Girls playing ball league.
All
playing ball
American girls professional baseball league
Yeah.
are purposely imitating these barnstorming tactics. There was white teams that purposely imitated this. But this is traditionally a black phenomenon
I had
that
no
then
idea.
led into the Negro Leagues, which were an earnest competition and probably the best baseball played in the United States in the 1940s.
Yeah. Cool.
Yeah, I did not know that.
Yeah, so I
And
mean,
yet you hate the Savannah Bananas.
well, it's complicated, the Negro Leagues, right? And you have this black woman who throws a ball back
Yeah.
to
Right.
Gina Davis that goes foul, and she nods, and there's this understanding that baseball up until 1949 is segregated.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah.
1947.
Yes.
Got it written down right there.
See,
there.
I got it. I know it. Before 1947, baseball is not a fair and competitive sport. After 1947, they try their hardest.
Mm-hmm.
And not only is it important for baseball, it's important for America. It is no coincidence that it is after World War II that Jackie Robinson is integrated into the league. Jackie Robinson is a veteran. Like, these things are not accidents.
Yeah.
And it's important to see that reflected in this movie. I think for obvious reasons, we never got this movie about the Negro Leagues. The best we have is 42, which mostly just covers Jackie Robinson's integration.
Yeah.
But to me, it is a valuable and important part of baseball history, why it is popular in the U.S., why it is popular amongst black populations in the U.S., and you see less and less American black players in baseball in a way that's really concerning right now. And, feared that that type of segregation and discrimination is returned to baseball is in my mind. But anyway, it's good to see this movie even bring that up, even if it identifies openly that, like, this was a racist league. This was a racist system. It was a racist sport, and it did not include black people on purpose.
Yeah.
And knowing that there were talented black women playing professional baseball as a part of these Negro leagues and barnstorming teams.
Yeah. Totally.
I've never even heard of, like, barnstorming until you said it earlier.
Yeah. I did not know where you're going with that, but I knew it was going to be a long thing, so I'm glad we got to it at the end here. Thank you, Winsor. Do you want to talk about what this movie meant to you?
I love baseball.
Yeah.
I love baseball history. I know you hate me in everything I'm interested in.
I do.
Well, this is everything.
stand it!
This is everything I'm interested in. All right. And why does this movie make me cry a lot? Because why weren't they just playing the whole time?
Yeah.
Why is baseball today segregated by gender?
Yeah.
Why?
Oh, we have baseball and softball.
Well,
for the ladies.
Starting next year, we're gonna have our first
Women's professional baseball
league.
league.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
In New York.
God, I'm
Women
so out of
playing
the loop.
baseball.
What are you talking about?
League.
But they're doing kind of a barnstorming setup for the first season, which I don't love, but it's because they don't have venues, because nobody believes in women these days.
So we gotta go.
Even though women's sports are having such a wonderful,
such a moment.
I don't know, beginning. Yeah,
There
they're
it
having a moment.
is.
Yeah.
Windsor's in his Liberty jersey.
My Liberty jersey moment, yes.
My jersey is fictional. It doesn't count.
But I don't know if I trust the current sports culture to fully embrace and finance, most importantly, women's professional sports.
Yeah. I think what they're finding, those people want to watch.
Oh, well, no doubt about that.
And people will pay money to watch. And so hopefully that is enough to keep things going. I don't know.
See, now that's where, I think you have a problem with the current television, stadium, and professional sports culture. Is there people out there willing to take any chance on it whatsoever?
Yeah.
Even in men's sports right now, there's an issue with owners not wanting to pay money because they don't feel it's worth it.
Yeah.
And I think the problem is going to be exacerbated due to sexism.
Sure.
With women's professional sports, as we already see in the WNBA.
Yeah. Okay. Do you have more? You love baseball?
I love this movie. Seen it a lot since I was a kid. I grew up going to Cooperstown. I'm from upstate New York as well as Jenna. Spent a lot of time in the Hall of Fame.
Cooperstown.
It really looks like that.
It do look like that.
My love of baseball is inspired by women who
Yay.
are now dead and were old when I was a kid. So it reflects in that moment in 1988. I see the women in my life who love baseball and got me into the sport of baseball. This was not driven by the men I knew in my life, by the women. So obviously this movie was totemic when released to them, about women in baseball. My mother I got 8,000 different takes on this movie. My mother was an active athlete as a child and often talked about gender parity with us as kids. Drove this movie to that end because we love baseball history, yada yada. This movie releases around Field of Dreams and The Natural in 1986, which were both like movies about this period of time in baseball and even older. And this movie, in my mind, is the best out of the three of them and does a huge part in inspiring the tone of Ken Burns' Baseball, which comes out in 2 years, which is my favorite documentary ever.
Oh my God. I also had to sit through that. I'm sorry. I don't mean to shit on everything you love.
Okay.
I just remembered that we watched all 8 hours of that at some point in the last year or so.
Yeah. And there's a lot of good stuff in there about
I'm sure
barnstorming and racism in America.
And I obviously paid attention. I'm sorry.
Yeah. Well,
Winsor.
that documentary, of course, reflects the thesis of that documentary is that the most important thing baseball ever did was have Jackie Robinson step onto an MLB diamond.
Mm-hmm.
And so it's very much about the minority impact of baseball. It was the first popular sport in America. It was the most popular sport in America. And there is an actual national identity to having the All-American Professional Girls Baseball League.
Yeah.
Girls playing ball.
Yeah, I love Penny Marshall.
Mm-hmm.
I love all the actors, obviously. I could talk about Madonna for an hour.
Mm-hmm.
She's fucking incredible in this movie. I think Lori Petty deserves an Academy Award nomination and probably win for this particular film. She's one of my favorites. Shout out Tank Girl. Yeah, I mean, this Gina Davis is one of my favorite actresses. And I think this isn't even like her best movie. But she's still great.
Stuart Little is.
Stuart.
Sorry, I clicked on her IMDb last night. That was
And you can listen to our Thelma and Louise episode if you want to hear how I feel about how Gina Davis got shortchanged in her career.
Yeah.
Because she tried to take feminist and full-bodied roles like this one later in her career, and they were not out there for her. Austin Pfeffer Incorporated and the like. Penny Marshall. This is an incredibly directed film. Very earnest, very well shot. Moves quickly. I don't know. This is why you make movies.
Yeah.
You know, I talk all the time about the things that are not filmable. That should be books. This shouldn't be a book. This should be a movie. You know, scenes in, scenes out. You're just watching baseball at times.
Yeah. The baseball montages are so good.
And I think they do a really good job of having Tom Hanks just be a guy. You know, my father always said to me, and I stand by this as well, is he's like, I could watch any two little league teams play baseball at any given time.
Yeah.
You know, and you just have that moment where Tom Hanks is in like a drunken stupor, asleep. And eventually he just kind of looks up from his hangover and he's watching baseball and he loves it.
Yeah.
You know, and he's like, there's a situation, you should do something else in this situation. And he actually gets involved in the game because he loves the sport. And these women are playing the sport professionally. Not only in the fact that they're getting paid for it, but in the style in which they play it.
Yeah.
Which I think is inspiring.
Excellent. What this movie meant to me is many things, but I do think we need to talk about a line that really cracked me up, which was, "Look out, Mr. Hitler."
Yeah.
It's just,
watch out, we got girls playing ball over here.
well, it's just like, Mr. What's with the formality? We hate this guy.
That man deserves no respect.
No
No mister.
No mister.
No mister.
Yeah. But that cracked me up. I have written down here, Rosie O'Donnell is sexy as hell.
Oh my god, she was so hot in this.
She's so hot in this.
So hot in this.
What the hell?
That's all I remember from this fucking movie from when I was a kid.
Oh yeah.
Yeah. A couple of years ago, I went for Halloween as a Rockford peach. Not one in particular, just a Rockford peach.
An original peach.
That was
my first Halloween in the city. I remember it.
Yeah. And as I mentioned, I was crying 20 minutes into this film. Just like,
how could you not?
You know, women. That's what I was gonna joke, that's my theme for this movie, is just the Saoirse Ronan in Little Women going, women.
Yeah,
that's the theme. But yeah, just these women who just played ball and really inspired generations and were the first to ever do it, and like didn't get enough recognition. And like, thank God they made this incredible movie about them. Yeah, my Letterboxd review is this the best movie ever made?
I could very well be.
It might
there.
be. It might be.
It's up there.
I mean, it flows. You're not just following scenes because this is another scene we should have Gina Davis in. Like, there's a purpose to every subsequent scene.
In fact, there are some scenes where I'm like, Gina Davis should be here, but instead you went back to Oregon.
I know, right? It's so fucking nuts to not be there for the first 6 games, and the girls are just like, "Hey, welcome back."
Yeah.
Instead of being like, "We could have won this motherfucker 3 games ago. What the hell are you doing here?"
She's like, I thought you guys wanted to like play some games. I thought you guys want to play baseball.
Oh!
Girls
Now
playing
you're
ball.
suddenly good enough. I mean, and by the way, 6 full baseball games go by, and she's only driven out to Wyoming and back.
Yeah, well, I don't know. I assume cars didn't work that good.
They're
back
chugging
then.
along. They didn't have an interstate highway. She's going, burr, 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 over the hills and dales.
Yeah.
And they're fucking jalopy.
Yeah. But yes, I've played a little baseball. That's not true. I've played a little softball.
Yeah.
I've played some sports.
We played on a softball team together.
It's true. All three of us. Yay.
That's true.
Yeah.
And then we were not invited back.
And then we were not invited
to the
back.
team.
Yeah, all right. We got cut from a softball team once.
Run by our best friends.
Best friend.
One of them.
I like him, but you two are my best friends.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I'm trying to play up the dramatics here.
Yeah. Our friend hates us.
We
'cause
played
we're bad
on a
at
team
baseball.
with our friends on a rec thing, and then none of us were invited back the next year.
Well, yeah.
I can't talk about this because I'm actually mad about it.
I know. Well, you still play softball.
That's true.
You still got the love of the game.
My team was ended over the off season though. No more fairies.
Really?
Yeah.
Mhm.
I didn't know that.
But if you guys want to play, they're having a W plus fairies team. And I said I'd invite some friends. But as a cis man, I will not be invited.
Yeah.
You can't be plus. Come on.
I've thought about it. I think it's wrong to come out when you have an incentive.
When there's an incentive to come out.
What if the incentive was feeling part of a community?
Right. Yeah, all right. All right, that's not a bad argument.
Okay.
But I still think it looks suspicious.
Yeah.
Just because I'd rather hang out with the lesbians. I hope none of my team.
We don't have to get it. We don't have to get into it here, but why would you rather hang out with the lesbians?
Because they don't scream at you when you're bad.
Okay, sure.
Well, not the ones I know.
Huh. Anyway.
Notice I didn't invite you to play until it was the other team. Until I wasn't going to be on the team.
Sure. Anyway, I've played a little softball, but softball's not really my sport. Baseball's not really my sport. I did play on a co-ed soccer team in high school. Thanks to Title IX, they had to have us on a co-ed team because we didn't have enough people for 2 teams. Damn. So they said everyone play together.
Shout out Title IX.
And thanks Title IX, thanks for the pioneer women athletes who drove Title IX.
My mother, deeply affected by Title IX.
My mother as well. Yeah, that's why I think our parents should be friends.
Sure, we'll set up a play date.
Yeah. But yeah, it was sometimes, interesting to play against, because my team was co-ed. We mostly played against male teams, like all male teams. And sometimes my coach would do a fun thing if we were winning, where he'd pull all the guys off and we just have girls versus boys and the girls would win. And that was fun.
Nice.
Fuck yeah.
Yeah. And the boys on the other team hated that shit. And what does that say about them?
Yeah.
Spoil sports.
Yeah, it's
So
like
true.
it's like, yeah, actually the reason you're bad is not because I'm a girl. It's because you're just bad.
Yeah. It's like Lori Petty in this movie. You just, if you're gonna be mad about it, then you should try and win.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah. Sometimes you lose. And finally, when I was maybe 10 or so, I was having a sleepover for my birthday and I wanted to get some movies for the sleepover, and my mom was like, "You should do A League of Their Own. That's a great movie." And unfortunately, I was at an age where I was going to take absolutely no suggestions from my mother.
Of course. Of course.
So
Mom, that's an old movie.
I said, "Ooh, that's an old movie," and there's not even any kissing romance in it. So
It's true.
and even though there is a little, but that's not really what it's about.
Marla Hooch
Yeah.
gets huge.
Gets her gooch. Gooch. Okay, no, I don't want to do this.
I'm gonna keep coughing.
I was combining hooch and hitch.
Yeah,
Yeah.
I got that.
Nothing so crass. As
Well, you were the
doing.
one who thought it was gooch.
Gooch.
I thought she was Marla Gooch.
Marla Gooch.
It's that Coloradan accent her dad had.
Colorado.
Yeah, they're in Fort Collins.
Okay. Anyway, that's all I got. I didn't watch it that time. I did eventually watch it, and then I watched it again for this. And what a great film.
Yeah.
Maybe the greatest ever made.
Perhaps. I think there's an argument there.
I've definitely seen this movie before. I was trying to think of when I saw it for the first time. I believe it was around the same time that my stepdad took us to the Hall of Fame in Cooperstown. So I don't know, probably like 11, 12, 13, that age-ish. A lot of women in my family play softball. And like my mom grew up playing softball. My cousins played softball, even like in college. And so even though I say that the two sports I've played in my life are synchronized swimming and Quidditch, there is a third. I did briefly play softball in 4th and 5th grade. And I made the travel team in 5th grade, which was like a big deal for me. And then I quit after 1 week because I couldn't do synchronized swimming and softball at the same time. So, and I said, I don't care about softball. I don't care.
It's not even synchronized.
It's not even synchronized. But I would play with my cousin Shayna's old mitt, and it had no padding in it.
Ow.
Just like this fucking movie.
And I loved it. I felt so badass with her glove.
Sure.
That was like old and flaky and falling apart. It was awesome. So yeah, my family would like growing up at the lake. We've got like a big lawn, so we would play softball on the lawn and stuff. This movie very much reminded me of my Aunt Ruthie, who passed away in like 2016. And it's so funny because I was trying to remember if I watched this movie with her. Because I was watching it and I was like, I'm getting such an Aunt Ruthie vibe right now. But I really don't remember. And then Tom Hanks said the line, "There's no crying in baseball." And I was like, oh my God, and there's no crying at camp. That's what she would say. She said, there's no crying at camp. And I was like, right. It's all coming together. She also loved The Sandlot, which is what my shirt is. She would always say, "You're killing me, Smalls." So that's why I put this on today.
Yeah.
Even though it's the wrong baseball movie. But that's okay.
Mm-hmm.
Not like we're ever doing The Sandlot.
Yeah.
That's
no,
true.
Exactly. But yeah, I really enjoyed this movie. It was a whole lot of fun. I truly identify with Rosie O'Donnell's character. That's me on the team. Or was me at age 10 on the team. And yeah, I was gonna talk about the softball team we did. I know we would do that on like Sundays, and we would record the podcast on Sundays too.
Yeah.
And we would always like go out on Saturday night. So I'd be hungover on Sunday, having to like watch and remember details about a movie and then go play a game that I didn't want to go play. So I was just a raging bitch the whole time. And I would walk up to the plate, and our like umpire was so annoying. Jimmy. And I'd walk up and I'd say, "Jimmy, I'm going to hit a home run today," because I never hit the ball.
Yeah.
And he was like, "Okay, I'll believe it when I see it." And I'd get so mad. And it's like, I'm doing this to myself. Like, what?
So true.
I just like,
Some real kid behavior there.
yeah.
I saw a lot of people in the Kit character in this particular film.
Not for me. Rec sports, not my vibe. Not my vibe.
We'll have to get a ball blaster synchronized swimming team going.
Yeah, we go.
That's the name
Gonna
of
go
our
blast
friend
those
group's
balls in
rec
synchro.
sports team.
Yeah. I almost wore that jersey. Oh, that was the other thing. Our jersey was so ugly
Yeah.
for that season. Like every time I had to put it on, I would also just get angry. I'd be like, this is not made for anyone who has boobs. And like,
Yeah.
because our friend got the jerseys for like $4 or something.
Yeah.
And oh my God, they were just the worst. So I really just bitched the whole summer, and I'm glad to not do it anymore. So yeah, sports not super my thing, but I think this movie's beautiful, and I think it tells a beautiful story, and I see the appeal of sports. They're just not for me, you know?
Sure.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So yeah, I enjoyed it. I liked it a lot.
Excellent. All right, let's see what the critics thought. Roger Ebert said, "Until seeing Penny Marshall's A League of Their Own, I had no idea that an organization named the All-American Girls Professional Baseball League ever flourished in this country." Whoa.
Whoa. Me
Uh,
neither.
Yeah. Neither did I.
Yep. True story movies. Am I right, folks?
Yeah. Rockford is in the World Series against Racine. No great achievement since there are only 4 teams in the league. Hey, shut the fuck up,
Hey.
buddy.
Hey.
Hey.
Whoa,
Okay.
Buddy.
Hey, we just that doesn't matter.
But they're still the best 64 damn girls in the country.
Yeah,
When
exactly.
it really,
Straight.
it honestly bothered me how close the number of teams and number of players is to the newly established women's professional baseball.
That was
league,
kind of crazy. Yeah.
where it seems like almost they were like, okay, yeah, that's the least amount we need
Yeah.
because it's in the movie.
Yeah. Buy your tickets, guys.
Yeah.
Let's keep this thing going.
Buy your teams if you're a billionaire.
Yes.
Pay them well.
Yeah. Okay, he says this ambiguity about a women's role is probably in the movie because it was directed by a woman, Penny Marshall. A man might have assumed that these women knew how all important baseball was. What?
What?
Roger.
Sorry.
It's a nonsense sentence.
Roger.
These women do understand how all important baseball is, not only to the country, but to them.
Yeah.
And it's a major
yeah.
theme throughout the movie.
I'm glad a woman directed, of course.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But I think it's silly to be like, well, everyone knows how important baseball is. It's like it was war times. This is all they ever fucking talked about, you know?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. He says A League of Their Own follows many of the time-honored formulas of sports movies and has a fair assortment of stock characters, but it has another level that's a lot more interesting. Okay.
What does he mean by that? Just like background characters,
He-
fun?
Rosie O'Donnell is the
Yeah.
talky third baseman.
Yeah.
Exactly. He says Marshall shows her women characters in a tug of war between new image and old values, and so her movie is about transition, about how it felt as a woman suddenly to have new roles and freedom.
Yeah. You know, something we haven't talked about was that they sent all of the girls to finishing school
Yeah.
to play freaking baseball.
Yeah.
Which is crazy.
Yeah.
So they still had to be like prim, proper women or
Yeah.
whatever.
Yeah. To me, this movie, it wasn't that much about it wasn't really much about a tug of war.
Mhm.
It was more just like, these are the new roles.
Mm-hmm.
And like,
Mhm.
what is that looking like? It was, because there was some, but there wasn't a whole lot of people, like a lot of the, hey, get back in the kitchen kind of stuff. That's not exactly what I meant.
There was a guy
Yeah.
dancing up on a dugout being like, oh, look at me. I'm a girl. I'm going to hit the ball. And I'm like,
Yeah.
this is weak sauce.
Yeah,
They would say way more sexist shit than this.
Oh, yeah.
exactly.
I think what Roger's quote leads me to think about
Mm-hmm.
is when the uniform is trotted out
Yeah.
and they have a model and one of the girls says, wow, that's skirt's really short.
Mm-hmm.
And I can see how you would see that and be like, and now skirts
Oh, my God.
now skirts are even shorter.
Yeah.
And this is just a sign of the times. Good old fashioned, when they have an old movie, like, I hope somebody thinks up E equals MC squared, whatever the fuck. And
I hope they figure out what E means.
it's like, my name's Albert Einstein. And you're like, oh, wow, that's Albert Einstein from the future. And like, it's not that scene. That scene is about how they are being sexualized as
Yeah.
professional
Because
athletes.
they're like,
Yeah.
how
It's
can
not
we
like-
even play in that?
It's actually way more in depth and I think Roger says that, then he's implying as far as like things are so different now for us ladies. They're like,
Yeah.
okay, do we have any control over this new freedom? Like they are constantly negotiating where the walls are, even when they like sneak out.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It's like, are we free or are we a product to be consumed in a way that we did not agree to when we set our contract?
Yeah.
Yeah.
And like that is a very, prevalent conflict that they are regularly in.
Yeah.
Mhm.
Instead of it just being like the times are changing.
Yeah.
It makes it so human, which is actually how times change.
Yeah.
It's not like people are like, well, I guess I'm okay with shorter skirts now. Like there is a complex social situation happening at all times that must be navigated.
Yeah. Yeah, I think the like tug of war to me just sounds like it's a back and forth when it's really like one person who's just like, we're not like one side that's like, we're doing this, and like the other side's like, well, there is a war on.
And the movie is very cognizant of the fact that these women are under the control of men with money.
Mm-hmm.
And it is something that can be snatched from them at all times.
Yeah.
And they have no control over it, which is regularly discussed.
Yeah.
Okay, The Guardian, Peter Bradshaw says, sprinkled with Tom Hanks' Stardust and Gina Davis leading the line, this heartwarming tale of women's wartime baseball league stands the test of time. This is a retrospective.
Oh yeah.
He says director Penny Marshall knocked it out of the park with this terrifically warm, heartfelt, and effortlessly entertaining baseball picture. Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
It
Certainly
is
seems like it took effort.
effortlessly. Oh, right. Didn't say seeming. Okay. Anyway. It is outstandingly performed, and Madonna, in a small role, is perfectly directed and cast in a way she was never to be again in the movies. And I have to agree.
Yeah.
Madonna
She was
is
so good in this.
so good, and much better than her other movies.
I mean, holding up part and parcel with Rosie O'Donnell.
yeah.
Both are showing more charisma than Gina Davis in this movie.
Yeah.
Like, they really work. She really works. Her character is full and complete.
Mm-hmm.
When she has the breakdown about going back to taxi dancing, it is an
Yeah.
involved character moment. And I don't think it's really that small of a part. I think it's a clear, like, number 5.
Well, in the credits, she's number 3
Yeah.
It
Well,
goes-
she's Madonna.
because she's Madonna.
They had,
but
to pay her more money than Rosie O'Donnell to be in this movie.
They
I
did.
guarantee it.
But
Yeah.
I couldn't name another Madonna movie.
Suddenly Seeking Susan. Desperately Seeking Susan.
Yeah, there's that other one. I couldn't tell you what it is.
Her book is called Sex.
And
Ooh.
even when I watched this movie for the first time as a kid, had no clue that was even Madonna.
Yeah.
You know?
Well, she's not blonde.
I know.
Well, yeah, you're telling me.
All right. Peter Bradshaw says, you could never believe Hanks would do any of these things, but the force of his movie star personality convinces you that it does matter. I think Tom Hanks is a nice guy. However, he's really screaming in this, and it would make me cry.
Oh,
100%.
my God.
Yeah.
I could not handle that. No.
Yeah.
I mean, this is my concern with playing with the men and
Yeah.
not the lesbians is
Yeah.
getting yelled at.
Yeah. Yeah. You're too into it.
And again, of course, lesbians can yell at you too.
But at least you get to kiss him after. What? Let's cut that.
Maybe you do, and
Maybe I do.
no, we won't.
Yeah.
Tom Hanks is playing cartoonishly drunk in a way that I have learned is fully accurate.
Mhm.
In the kind of alcoholism we just can't have today in a professional working person.
No.
It's funny. It's fun. It's horrible. He's clearly killing himself
Oh, yeah.
in a way where it feels like almost the movie again is shooting itself in the foot by saying you live to be 81. In what world?
With what liver?
He's been doing this for at least 20 years, probably
Mhm.
since he was 11 years old. He's been drinking a full bottle of liquor every single day. Like, this is the type of guy we just can't produce anymore. We don't have the technology to keep this guy alive. We have too many opiates available to kids. The kids who would drink this much are dead now. Like, they don't go to play professional sports.
No.
We cannot produce this type of alcoholic today.
No.
And Tom Hanks does an incredible job of portraying this in a way that is not too cartoonish, but covers the funny parts of guys who just drank that much.
Yeah. He also just has a funny voice. He's not like really.
Like Woody from Toy Story. I love that guy.
Yeah.
I like when they time how long he pees for.
Out the gate.
Classic.
Guy starts peeing, Madonna hits.
Yeah. They're like, whoa.
It was a long pee.
I like them doing bits.
Yeah.
Yeah, this movie, so many really funny lines.
Oh my gosh, yeah.
I didn't write any of them down, but they were there. Let me
they
tell you.
They clearly invented ADR just to get Rosie O'Donnell doing off-screen lines at various parts in the movie. It's clear.
Yeah.
Clear they went over with Rosie and they're like, hey, you think got anything funny for this part? She's like, yeah, let me see. Like she's like getting shit off of her shoe at one point on camera, and like clearly they don't use the full shot of her with her mouth in because they're just workshopping lines for her to do about how drunk Tom Hanks is in that scene.
Yep.
Funny fucking movie.
It's a funny fucking movie.
I mean, how could Penny Marshall direct a not funny movie?
Don't know.
Rosie O'Donnell is so good in this.
Mhm.
Like truly so good.
Okay, let's talk about the impact on the genre. Do we consider it a chick flick? I'd like to say perhaps no, this is not a chick flick because it is a perfect movie that should be seen by everyone.
But it is.
However, I think it is. Yeah, I know that's not how we do this. I know that's not how this podcast works.
I think some perfect movies that should be seen by everybody can be for women and chick flicks.
Yeah, I'm getting there.
I think
Get there. Don't look at me.
Okay.
Don't look at me and make a
Bratz.
face. I'm waiting.
Bratz is also a perfect movie that should be seen by
Exactly.
everybody, and that's a chick
Exactly.
flick.
That's okay. Anyway,
Sorry, that's my take. Sorry.
I think this movie is for women because I think it's important for little girls to see themselves reflected in the possibilities of what their life could be.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, and that's why I think it's a chick flick. But I think it's a perfect movie that is for every single person ever to live
Yeah.
and should be watched by everyone.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, as far as the impact, we'll get to why this movie's important. The thing is, though, it's so much more important. The actual AAGPB
Girls Playing Ball League.
Girls Playing Ball League. That's so much more important. Had so much of a bigger impact than this movie ever could. Although I think this movie is very important in setting up the ethos of why we should have professional women's sports. Giving characterizations, giving plot lines to professional athletes, makes you feel for them, makes you understand why this is important. Where statistics such as the one I'm about to say right now sometimes don't really pull at the heartstrings like that. 83 years later, we finally get a women's pro baseball league again.
And that's right now, right?
That's right. In 2026, we will have our first pro women's baseball league since 1943.
That's just
1954.
crazy. Yeah, it lasted
Well,
for a minute.
right. Since it started in
Yeah.
43, yeah. So I found out that before Title IX, 1 in 27 girls played sports. Now in 2016, which is when this study was done, it's 2 in 5.
Oh.
So yeah.
Yeah.
It is important for girls to see that they can have a career in sports, for God's sakes. Because the women that this movie is about played sports, never dreamed of doing it professionally. And hopefully our pro baseball league that is starting next year sticks around for the end of time. But there's so many possibilities for women, and sticking with the things you're good at, and pushing for it to be important for other people, even if there's not a possibility for it now, there wasn't 2 years ago. Now next year it could be a possibility, and I think it's very important to be able to imagine that future. And I think this movie allows you to be able to imagine that future. And sports are important because they're entertainment and they're fun. But also when I talked about how I played sports, and they would always be like, oh, make sure to put this on your college essay, because you're learning leadership and teamwork.
Yes, absolutely.
And is that not exactly what this movie was about? Leadership and teamwork, all for one and one for all.
Exactly.
So I think it's important. Yeah. That's what I have as far as why pro women's sports is important. in this movie in relation to that. Do you have anything you want to add?
I mean, I think there's a wider cultural phenomenon of men minimizing women's impact in any part of culture as a way to see sports as their only form of entertainment, as a way to purposely excise women from their television screens.
Yeah.
And are insulted when women enter that field that they feel sacrosanct.
Yeah.
Solely male.
Totally.
To further expand upon what you're saying.
Yeah. And then this being, a female sports movie, we covered Whip It. But this, was one of the earlier ones, and it really, sports movies have been around, and I think this definitely followed a similar. I don't know why I can't say that. Similar format. But I think definitely what we're seeing in this and in Whip It is there's a little bit more of an emphasis on how this is allows you to be more you, allows you to have more freedom, and I think that's more significant in these movies than it is in male sports movies. Yep. How many we covered Whip It, we covered Bend It Like Beckham, we did Bring It On, we did Love and Basketball, Ice Princess. We haven't done She's the Man. We haven't done Blue Crush.
We haven't done She's the Man.
We have not done She's the Man.
We don't structure the show in seeing the most important chick flicks first. We try to leave ones like this open on purpose.
Yeah.
Yeah,
She's
I know.
the Man,
But
I just totally thought you guys covered that before I came on.
112 episodes in, maybe would have.
No, and we're just doing A League of Our Own.
We're just doing A League of Our Own.
Exactly.
Yeah.
Thank God we covered Bratz, though.
This feels... we should have done that one first. This feels more like Love and Basketball in that end sequence with the WNBA.
Mm-hmm.
And are you going to talk about the wider impact of this movie?
Go ahead.
Baseball went on strike in 1994, and I think this movie does no small part in keeping the spirit of the sport alive. It does no small part in inspiring this kind of historical aspect and research into baseball that is typified by Ken Burns's documentary. It's a core part of not only women's baseball and women's sports leagues, but of baseball as a whole. And, I think in no small part inspires the development of the WNBA in the 1990s.
Yeah.
It is a movie that has a totemic impact on girls' sports as well as women's professional sports.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, totally.
And is single-handed in its memorializing of this period of baseball history.
Yeah. Yeah. And then we got the TV series. And
didn't we start to watch that
yeah
at some point?
Yeah.
I remember us sitting here and you got the TV's behind the camera. But I don't think I ever finished it.
No, neither did I.
It's pretty good.
Yeah, I heard it was.
But
it was popular, but they canceled it, right?
Yeah, they did cancel it unfairly.
Stupid.
But like I said, this is a really good movie, well structured as a movie. You want more of it when it's over, but sometimes it's just a movie doing a really great magic trick of ending well when you want more of it, as opposed to necessarily being something that actually should be longer.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. Well, that is everything that I have. Good movie.
Good movie.
Yeah. One of my all-time favorite movies. I could do 6 different episodes about this and have a whole different take every time.
Yeah. All right. Well, thank you for everyone for listening. Thank you to Atlas Renee for art, Shishkin Productions for distribution, Brianna Harley for music. Next week, we're going to be watching Sense and Sensibility. Follow us on social media. We have TikTok, Instagram, Twitter, Threads, and Letterboxd at FemFeaturesPod.